Hello, everybody, and thanks for watching. This is Paul Giantonio coming to you again from ERA Statewide Realty. And today I wanted to talk to you about a disturbing trend I'm seeing happening in the marketplace, where buyers are starting to step back from the market. It's shown up in national surveys. I'm seeing it actually with some buyers I'm working with, that they feel that the market was a little bit tough and that they'd be better off if they step back and wait until next year to make a purchase. They somehow think that waiting is they're going to secure a better deal. I got to tell you, that's understandable if their frame of reference is 2006 in the Great Recession. But fortunately, this market is nothing like the recession of 2006. It's two very different markets. The market in 2006 was being driven by speculators and speculation. Most of the buyers were buying on speculation because mortgage money was easy to get. There were no underwriting standards. Essentially, if you could fog a mirror, they were giving you money. A lot of speculators were buying new construction without any intention of moving into the house. They were going to wait for it to be finished with the construction, turn around and sell it at a higher price. And a lot of those speculators were also buying properties that needed to be fixed, bought them, fixed them, and flipped them to other people. So there were just a whole lot of investors out there, and hey, why not? Banks were giving away money with, like I said, no underwriting standards. Today, the market is being driven by totally different things. Sales are being driven by demand. We have the millennials have finally engaged in the marketplace. The demand and that demand is driving prices up because of lack of inventory. Lack of inventory is driving those prices up. So the thing that's driving demand is well, definitely the generational low interest rates. We have interest rates, folks, that have not been seen in generations. And we have a millennial generation now that kicked into gear about buying homes, albeit they've engaged in the home buying process a little bit later than earlier generations, but they're looking to take advantage of these generational low interest rates. Now, they simply don't have enough homes to satisfy their need. All right, now, excuse me, as the pandemic begins to wane and more people are being vaccinated, a lot of the current homeowners are feeling a little bit more comfortable letting people into their homes. They're putting more houses on the market. That is easing the inventory drought a little bit, but by no means are we oversaturated with inventory. It's just making it a little bit easier for these buyers to find homes that they like. It's by no means is it going to cause the market to dip or have prices slow down. All right. Some of the other buyers think that, as the pandemic begins to ease up, that with the moratorium ending, the eviction moratorium, that a lot of these banks are going to start foreclosing on these homeowners that fell behind during the pandemic. But I got to tell you what, I truly believe the banks have learned a lesson from the Great Recession of 2006. They have no interest in having all that inventory on their books. And more than that, all of these homeowners, for the most part, are not underwater, meaning they have equity in those homes. So if they were forced to have to sell their property, they have equity. They could sell a property, pay off the bank, and still walk away with cash in hand. Now, what the so neither one of those issues are going to cause a huge drive up in inventory. There's not going to be any kind of a crash. As a matter of fact, the home price expectation survey has shown that the economists think that home price appreciation, although it will slow to almost normal paces, it's still going to grow slightly over 5% in the next 12 months. At the same time, the Mortgage Bankers Association believes that mortgage rates will slowly creep up or increase over the next 12 months, going from where they presently are at 2.9% up to 4.2%. So we're going to have an increase in home appreciation or home values. At the same time, we're going to have an increase in mortgage interest rates. All of this is going to cause the cost of you owning a home or buying a home next year to be higher than if you stay the course and stay in the market now. I want to share with you a graph that will help you see this a little bit more clearly, and hopefully that'll help you out. Now, hopefully you can see what I'm showing you here right now. What we're seeing here is, again, this chart's using the increase in value of the 5.12% growth as forecast by the Home Price Expectation Survey. And we're going to use the mortgage bankers forecast of what the mortgage rates will be next year versus what Freddie Mac says they're at this year. So if we look at buying a home today, average price of $350,000, for example. If you're going to put 10% down, you'd be putting down $35,000. You'd be mortgaging $315,000. At today's rate of 2.9%, your payment would be $1,311. Now, that's where we are today. Stay the course, because if you wait till next year, based on these projections, you'll see the house that was $350,000 this year will be $367,900 next year. That's a $17,000 increase in price, which means your down payment, your 10% is going to be $1,700 higher. So you'd have to come up with an extra $1,700, almost $1,800 to come up with your down payment of $36,700. All right, and you're going to mortgage a higher amount of up to $331,000 or $16,000 more that you have to finance. But most importantly, you're going to be financing more money at a higher rate. Your rate's going to go from 2.9 to a projected 4.2%. Right? What does all that mean? Every month you'll be paying $1,619 versus $1,311. That's a $308 difference, folks. What we're talking about is spending over $3,600 more a year to own the same house you can own today. People, there is just no upside to stepping back and waiting. I know it's frustrating. I know it gets real frustrating when you get outbid on homes, but trust me, right now there's more inventory coming on. It's going to be a little bit easier for you to find the house of your dreams. But most importantly, you're going to get a better deal this year than you're going to possibly be able to get next year. Hope that helps. Stay the course, stay in the market. If you're not in the market, jump in, because it's not going to get any better by waiting. My name is Paul Giantonio. Thanks for tuning in. If you need to get me, my number is over my shoulder. Again, that's 908-334-4395 is my cell. Feel free to dial it. You can reach me by email at paulg@erastatewide.com, or click in and go to my website at virtualpaulg.com. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.